In this video I'm going to show you all my sneakers, but also I'm going to mention not just how is the quality over time, but we are going to see, like, for example, common projects over time. And I know that they look terrible because also I use them to pay my own store when I was starting, you know, opening my first store. I'm also going to mention the biggest problem that most people are making when they are going to buy sneakers. And it's not just about where it's made, like we can see, for example, with Nike Cortez. This model is made in Indonesia, like all the sneakers from Nike, or most of them. You probably knew that already, that most brands like Puma, Adidas, Reebok, all of them are making, especially of these brands, not common projects, which is made in Italy, and the other one is Massimo Dutti, that is made in Portugal. But that is not the main problem, where things are made. You know that I do prefer things made locally, because I live in Europe, so I prefer things made here in Europe. It's not just to support the local industry, it's also because to me it feels more fair to pay a price that they are asking me to pay, like for the ones from Massimo Dutti made in Portugal. That is more fair than to pay 100 euros for Nike Cortez made in Indonesia. Of course, you're going to get an iconic design. If you like it, it's great, but it has a big problem. It is not that it doesn't have the stitching around the sole. Nike usually doesn't do that. I mean, some models they do that, like for example in this one it doesn't have the stitching either in the Nike Kill Shot. That over time, you know, the Nike quality is not great, at least from my own experience. I know that if you're going to wear them like only for 1 year, like, you know, like 2-3 times per week, then you're going to have holes, you're going to wear out really soon the sole. Of course, it depends on what you are going to do. It's just to wear when, you know, like when I'm going out, you know, I'm going outdoor for work or to do anything. But the quality over time of most brands is not really great. Another one that it doesn't have any stitching, this Puma, or Puma, I don't know how do you pronounce the name. It's a classic design. The name of the model is Ralph Samson, which is a model that I really like. I think it's kind of nice, clean, you know, it doesn't have any big logo. It's really like just the stitching here, the small holes here. I have been wearing this for less than a year, and you know, I have a lot of sneakers. I also wear dress shoes, so it depends of the day, depends of what I'm going to do. I'm wearing or dress shoes or sneakers. So since I have a lot of them, I don't wear them a lot. You know, when you have a lot of sneakers, you have a lot of rotation, and then you cannot see how it's going to wear out really properly just wearing, you know, like one each time. And this one, it has actually like a kind of fake stitching around all the sole, because this is fake. It's just like pretending that it's a stitching sole, but it's not, you know. I mean, in terms of the design, I don't know why they do that. Maybe just because they want to fake it, like, you know, like, oh, this is a stitching sole. I don't know if anyone is buying things just because it has a stitching sole. It's not my case. In my case, it was because it was nice sneaker, clean, minimalist, but it has the same problem that the rest of the sneakers. I don't know, what do you think, but I think all of them, especially Nike's, Pumas, have lower quality than Adidas, but especially lower quality than Reebok. And here I have Reebok C85 in cream color. It actually has a stitching sole here around, because you can see that it's a real stitching sole. But you know what, maybe it has a better quality, a better construction, and maybe it's going to evolve better than the rest over time, but it has the same problem. It's the same problem that also Adidas has. You know that here I have two really crazy models that I'm going to show you. LeBlanc this one, the first one, minimalist, clean. I really like that the logo doesn't have a really strong contrast, you know, like Nike is happening. I consider Nikes, for example, like more casual. This one, you can wear it more with chinos, wear it with a shirt, more, you know, more like kind of more formal, kind of more smart. It's not formal, so don't get me wrong. But this one that is made, where it's made, well, probably it's made in China or whatever. It is made in Vietnam. It has the same problem that here we have with the opposite one, Adidas Ocelia, with this super crazy design, we can say. I don't know what I was thinking when I got them, but you know, at the beginning I thought, oh, it looks kind of cool. Maybe you don't like them, maybe you don't like any of them, but all of them, they have the same problem. Even this one, because with this one we can say, oh, it's really obvious that the problem is it has a really narrow last. You know, the last is the form of the shoe, the design that it has here, the space that we have for our feet. So this one is really narrow. By the way, this is the most loved sneaker that I ever worn. You know, when I was wearing them, all the girls, I mean not all of them, but you know, a lot of girls were saying to me, oh, I like your sneakers, are really great, they're really nice. Where do you get them? I want them for me. All the girls love this sneaker. Maybe because it's really narrow, because they like it for them, I don't know. But anyway, the main problem with all of them is because we buy things just because of the design, because oh, I saw this and I thought, wow, it's great. I like the design, I like how clean it is, I like how minimalist it is. I like this one because it's a classic one, C85, it's a Reebok, it's a cream color, it's great, whatever, blah 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 blah. The same with this one, the same. Well, this one is not super narrow, but it's kind of similar, and especially this one is crazy expensive, made in Italy. Yeah, of course, nice clean design. I made a review about this one, you can watch it later if you want. The quality, to me, this one is not great, it's not worth it over time. Here we can see, for example, Massimo Dutti made like a inspired design about the common projects. Well, there are a lot of brands that are making kind of this minimalist designs of sneakers, and of course it has the same problem. Even though it's made in Portugal, it has a stitching construction line all around the sole, which is great. Probably it's going to be more durable. I mean, probably kind of similar durability as this one. Well, it's not really flexible. That is not really good, because this one is much more flexible. It has here inside of the sole like kind of a lot of layers that are like a foam to make it more comfortable. But in short, the main problem is all of them are not made to walk naturally. You know, when we walk, we don't want to have our fingers compress here inside, because what is the thing that we are going to do when we go home? The first thing, we usually take off our shoes because we are tired of wearing them all day long. Some of them, they have a bit more space, like this one, or maybe this one, but none of them it has enough space as barefoot sneakers do. That's why I'm going to go for barefoot sneakers. And even I have tried them for the last 2 months. I started wearing them sometimes, not just, you know, sometimes people are like, yeah, you know, I'm going to wear now barefoot and nothing else. That could be, you know, like, you need a bit of transition. You need to have a bit of time to adapt, especially if you have been wearing like something like this, that has, you know, like a super thick sole here, and then you go directly to this that is really flexible, that the sole is really thin. Then is when you're going to realize, oh, okay, what is going on here? What is happening? Because, you know, when you start wearing this, especially if you're not used to, is when you're going to feel even sometimes pain. Sometimes you're going to see like, oh, it's different the way that I'm walking now with this one, because this is how we need to walk naturally. We need to have like free points of support, like 1, 2, 3, and the ones that we are having, especially when it's really narrow, is just 2, 1 and 2 here, and that's why we might have problems, especially over time, because I'm still young, I don't have any problems, but you know, it feels much more comfortable to wear barefoot shoes. And this is not just my experience, because I don't have a lot of experience wearing them, but the people that have been wearing them for a while, they told me that you're going to feel, first, you're going to have more balance. I don't know if you have practiced yoga, for example, surf, that I do, for example. Feels better when you have more balance. You have, you know, it's like you start in spreading your fingers. You know, it feels better even when you start wearing this, and you then suddenly one day you want to wear this and you feel so compressed, you feel the pressure that you have there, is when you see like something wrong is going on with these shoes. So that's why I'm going to start wearing barefoot in my transition. That's why I designed myself this one, because I saw a lot of barefoot sneakers that are terrible. So I'm going to start wearing myself, and let's see over time how I'm going to evolve myself, how they are going to evolve, made in Portugal with stitching, sole construction, really flexible, made of 100% leather, outside, inside. They are now available on pre-order, but you know, my main market is Europe and Spain. But if you want, we can also send them to the US or different parts of the world. So in case you are interested, you can check our link there. But this is not just to sell you anything, it's just to make you think about, you know, that if we buy things just because of the design, but the things are not made properly for fit, it's like buying clothes that are made of polyester because we like the design. It doesn't make any sense. You don't want to wear plastics, you don't want to wear things that are not functional, that are not making your life better and easier. And this is what is going to happen with barefoot. This is what I have read, this is my experience as well over the last 2 months. I'll do a review over time and I'll tell you my experience over time, how it's going to be like after 1 year. But yes, I'm going to start wearing barefoot sneakers. And that's it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about barefoot sneakers, and if you have any of these sneakers. By the way, I'm going to start selling on Vinted, some of them, others I mean this one I'm going to throw it away directly. Some of them, I mean, like this one, I really like it, but if it doesn't have, you can see how big is the difference. This is made for our fingers, for our feet. Also depends, of course, on the form of your feet. If you have a really narrow feet, then maybe you're going to be great with this. But if not, then you need to go barefoot. You know, I also designed myself this one because after being trying like Bebo barefoot that are made in Vietnam, by the way, like Nikes and Pumas and Adidas, it's quite expensive. That's the first thing. And the second thing, they are like, you know, really like not casual. They are like really to do like sports, or you don't want to wear them casually, you know, with chinos or jeans. You know, the vibes that they have are just to do sports, to wear it with a tracksuit or with shorts, you know, really casually, really sportive. You know, if you want to wear something more minimalist, something more clean, nice, that's why I designed myself this one. That's it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about barefoot, about, you know, if you have any experience with the sneakers that I'm showing here. Let me know in the comments below as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.